How to measure for outside mount for 2-inch aluminum blinds. Before you start measuring, decide where you will mount your brackets. The brackets require a minimum of 1 3/4 inches of flat vertical space. You can mount the brackets above the window opening with no trim, or mount above the trim, or directly on the trim itself. When measuring for an outside mount, it's important to consider where you will place the blind on the window. For windows with no trim, you can mount the blind directly above the opening, or position it higher up to give the appearance of a larger window and allow for more space when the window is raised. For windows with trim, consider how far above the window trim piece you would like to install your blind, at least using the minimum 1 3/4 inch flat vertical space, or the blind can be positioned higher up to give the appearance of a larger window. You can also choose to have the blind the same width as the window trim. Another option is to mount directly on the trim, provided there is at least 1 3/4 inches of flat vertical space for the brackets. Please note, if you do not have sufficient vertical space for mounting the brackets, see our inside mount instructions or consider an alternative product. How to measure above the window with no trim. Let's start with the width. Looking at your window and surrounding wall, decide what area you would like to cover. We recommend that you add at least 2 inches on each side for proper window coverage. For this video, we will start at the 2-inch mark on the left and add 2 inches on the right for better light control and appearance. Using a metal tape measure, measure from left to right, including your desired extra space on each side of the window. This will be your ordering width. Now let's do the height. Consider how far above the window you would like to install your blind, but at least starting with the minimum vertical space of 1 3/4 inches. For this video, we will start at the 2-inch mark at the top and add 2 inches to the bottom. Measure from the top of the window, where you will mount the blind on the wall, down to where you want the bottom of the blind to be, using the same extra space below your window opening as you used above. If you have a protruding windowsill, measure down to the top of the windowsill. This is your ordering height. How to measure above the trim. Let's start with the width. Looking at the window and surrounding wall, decide what area you would like to cover. We recommend that you add at least 2 inches on each side for proper window coverage. For this video, we will start at the 2-inch mark on the left and add 2 inches on the right for better light control and appearance. Using a metal tape measure, measure from left to right, including your desired extra space on each side of the window. This is your ordering width. You can also choose to have the blind the same width as your trim. Now, let's do the height. Consider how far above the window trim you would like to install your blind, but at least starting with the minimum vertical space of 1 3/4 inches. For this video, we will start at the 2-inch mark at the top and measure down to the bottom edge of the trim. Measure from the top of where you will mount the blind on the wall down to the bottom edge of your trim, or use the same extra space below your window opening as you used above. If you have a protruding windowsill, measure down to the top of the sill. This is your ordering height. Please note, we offer complimentary spacer blocks upon request. These go behind the brackets to extend the headrail 3/8 inch past the window trim, helping to prevent the blinds from hitting the frame. How to measure on the trim. Let's start with the width. Confirm that the trim surrounding your window is at least 1 3/4 inches high and flat, not decorative, to accommodate the mounting brackets. At the top of the window, use a metal measuring tape and measure from outer edge to outer edge of the trim. This is your ordering width. Now, let's do the height. Measure from the top of your trim to the bottom of your trim, or to the top of the windowsill if you have a protruding sill. This is your ordering height. Please note, the width variance for the blind is plus or minus 1/8 inch. There will be no deductions to your height. Now you're ready to order your blinds.